Namaskar. Welcome to all in your own YouTube channel of Skill Rachna Institute of Technology for the unlimited and practical knowledge in the field of construction industry. I hope everyone is doing great and want to learn more. So welcome you all. In this video, we will be learning about different types of estimate. Either we are doing construction for our own house or for our client. We should know which type of estimate we need to do and how to do it. In this video, we will explore different types of approximate estimate and detail estimate and which type of estimate need to be used in which type of building and conditions. We will be learning different types of estimate step by step and in very simple words. So let's start with our video. Basically, we can say there are two types of estimate on the basis of how I am doing the estimate. Let's understand with very simple example. I need to estimate number of marbles in my jar. For doing so, I am having two methods. First method is I need to find out similar kind of a jar which has been already filled by any one other person, and I am going to ask him how many numbers he required to fill his jar. I'm going to compare his jar with my jar and I'm going to get the approximate number of marbles need to be filled into my jar. Basically, this method is called rough estimate or approximate estimate. On the other hand, I am having other option to count how much marble are there into my jar, means calculating them one by one. Yes, definitely it requires more time and patience but give more accurate number. This kind of estimates called detail estimates. Now let's see what exactly that rough estimate or approximate estimate and detail estimate is and where we need to use the same. First, the rough estimate or also known as a approximate estimate. Before construction, we are not having the complete architectural drawings and the structural drawings available with us. That time, for getting the administrative approval or to getting that how much cost we are going to require to construction of our project, we are going to do the rough estimate. Definitely it required less skill and less time. On the other hand, if I want to do the detail estimate, a complete set of the drawings need to be freezed. Right? On the basis of that detailing drawing, working drawing, I am able to make the detail estimate. I am going to prepare the detail estimate for the component authority for obtaining the technical sanction. Detail estimate sometimes also known as a taking out quantities. Right? There's some other terminology which we generally used for such, which we are when we are doing the detail estimate into a particular format, that is the bill of quantity. That quantities are used to show how much the different element having a different scope of work or different quantity. Now let's learn different types of approximate estimate we are having. The first type is plinth area method. As the name suggests, the proposed construction is calculated on the basis of current plinth area rate of similar project with similar specification and height on the similar locality. Means when I need to do the plinth area method into my project, I will try to find out one more similar kind of a building which construction has been already done, and I will try to calculate the per plinth area cost or the plinth area rate of that building. Then how much is my total plinth area, I'm going to multiply with that stuff as we are able to see into the formula. Such kind of methods can be clearly used for a residential building. Now you're able to see the right hand side image where the red line at the boundary edge is showing the boundary line. The yellow line is basically showing the landscape area. Now you're able to see the dark black line that is showing the plinth area. Okay. Next is the cubic content method. Now as the word signifies cubic, so it is going to have a three volumes. It is going to consist of length, breadth and even the height component. Right? This method is much more accurate than we done with the plinth area method. Similar kind of a stuff is that whenever I need to obtain cubic content method, I need to calculate the building which has been already done similar size, similar locality of my area, right? And then I will find out the rate per volume of that existing building which is already done. I'm going to multiply with the volume of my building which I am proposing. That way I'm able to get the cubic content method of estimate. Such kind of estimate mostly we are going to use in commercial offices, shopping centers and factory. As we're able to see into the diagram, the length, breadth and the height we are going to consider. Next is the service unit method. In this method, all the cost of a unit quantity of the existing structure will be taken into the picture. Means, for example, if I need to calculate the cost of a highway, I will try to calculate the existing highway of similar kind of a specification done and what is the cost per kilometer for that existing highway, and I will multiply with the proposed kilometer of my highway. So similarly I will able to calculate. Now this is the example for a highway. This may be the similar kind of different buildings. For example, if I'm going to talk about a prism, so I will going to calculate the cells. So existing prison, total cost of the prison and how many cells they are having. If I'm going to propose similar kind of a building, so I will try to calculate how many prisons I am going to propose and then multiply with the unit cost of the service unit, that is the prism here. For example, if I'm going to talk about a school building, so school building, the per service unit is the number of the teachers or the students? No, the per unit will be number of classes we are having into the school. Let's move to the next type. Next type is a typical bay method. Bay means center to center distance between the support. So there are so many structures which is repeating the typical bay. For example, if I'm going to talk about, it is a go down. Similar kind of units are repeating with respect to time. Even the railway stations. So when I need to go for a construction of such kind of a structure, I need to calculate the cost of existing building or existing structure of one bay, multiply by how much bays I am going to propose in my buildings, for which I need to do the calculation. So these all are types of the rough estimate. Now let's try to understand the detailed estimate, which is the most important, and mostly we are going to use such kind of a methods into our practical applications. So the first method of detailed estimates is center to center line method. In this, what we are going to do, first we are going to calculate the total center line length of my complete building and multiplying that center line length from breadth and the depth, because we are understanding from the word only it is a center to center line method. Means what is the first step? I need to calculate the complete center line method. I'm going to multiply with the breadth and depth. We are going to see the small numerical also, so every concept will be going to clarify. First we will try to understand the grip. First we are going to have a grip on our theory part. Such kind of a method is much more suitable for walls which is having a similar cross sectional. Right? Example, if it is on the center line method, once I have able to calculate the center to center distance, right? So it is going to be same for excavation, foundation, wall, it is going to remain the same. So that is the best part, right? We can easily able to calculate. The most important concern of this method is we need to be very careful whenever we are need to see the junctions or the joints, that need to be studied very carefully. Sometimes we need to do the deduction or sometimes we need to do the some kind of a addition. Such kind of a method is much more suitable for rectangular shape, circular shape, having no inner cross walls, right? So let's understand with a simple example. Now just take a case. For example, take the left hand side top image. So I'm having a room having a dimension of approximately 10 meter to 4 meter. So what is the first step of center to center line method? I need to be able to calculate the total center line length. So I have drawn a center line length throughout the walls. You are able to see the right side calculation. So I am starting from 3.7. Just take I am calculating from a horizontal part. 3.7, again vertical one, 9.7 meter, 3.7 and 9.7. So total center to center line is 26.80 meter. Now here I am having one important concern. You're able to see the white spots, the square spots, right? If I'm going to observe that stuff, that part has been not calculated in any of the patch of the length. So that is my main concern. Oh shit, so that has been remaining. Don't worry, we will try to understand how that has been taken. So just take a case, I am taking the horizontal part. So I have taken this patch. So in this case also I'm not able to take that white square patch. If I'm taking the vertical wall, again that has been not taken. But what we are getting when I'm taking both the walls, adjoining walls, so I'm taking one area twice, that is this red spot. So this is the compensation for that white patch. So now you're able to see, no need to do any kind of a deduction or no need to do any kind of a addition. If you not understand here, kindly just reverse that video and just see it again. Now move to the second diagram, the lower side diagram. In this I am having a two types of a room. Again, when I am taking the X wall, that is the horizontal wall, so I am taking the complete patch. You are able to see the hash part that I have already taken. But when I am taking the inner cross wall, that is the vertical wall, so again I am taking the same part. So that hash part need to be deducted while doing the calculation of the same. So now let's with a simple example. I am taking the same room dimensions. So it is a 10 meter by 4 meter and the section is on the right hand side. So when I need to do the excavation, so what is the first step of center to center line method? I should able to calculate the complete center to center distance. So what was the total distance? We have seen it was approximately 26.80 meter. So length I am going to write 26.80 meters. So now I am taken the number is 1 because there is only one room is there. Now see for the excavation, what is the breadth we are having? We are having a breadth of 0.9 meter and see the excavation ground level, it is 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 0.3, so it is having complete 0.9. So height and depth is 0.9. So multiplying all that stuff, I'm going to get quantity of excavation equals to 21.71 cubic meter. Next we will try to understand the concrete in similar way. Number is again the one, length is also going to remain the same because center line method the length is going to remain the same. Breadth of the bottom footing is 0.9 meter and the height is 0.3 meter. So multiplying everything, I'm going to get 7.24 cubic meter. I hope you understand. Now let's try to understand the second type. That is the long wall and short wall method. Basically, in this, we need to consider any of the wall as a long wall or any of the wall as a short wall. Generally, the practice we used to have is we used to consider the horizontal wall as a long wall and the vertical wall as a short wall. Now how to do the calculation? Again, the first step of the long wall short wall method also same as for the center line method. Means first thing you are going to do is you are going to calculate the center to center line of all the individual walls. First I have calculated the center to center distance. Now I need to calculate the long wall and the short wall distance. So once you calculate center to center distance, if you are going to calculate the length of the long wall is also known as out to out wall. Means once you calculate the center to center distance, you need to add half of the brick wall thickness from one side, half of the brick wall thickness from the another side. That's why it is known as a out to out. Second, for a short wall, center to center distance minus into in, means again half of the width of the wall is deducted, half of the wall is deducted. Let me show you with this part. For example, length of the long wall is center to center line length of the wall plus half of the breadth from one side, half of the breadth from another side. Similarly, for short wall I am going to calculate it is center to center distance minus half of the breadth from one side, half of the breadth from another side. Means half of half becomes one breadth. So similarly way we can easily able to do. So we are going to see one example. It is going to clarify all your doubts. One thing which we need to remember is long wall and short wall method is going to be used mostly in the load bearing structure where we are not having any kind of a columns or any kind of a stuff is there or any kind of a temporary structure. Also we can use the long wall short wall method. Now let's try to understand with a simple numerical. Yes. So now we are having a room having a 5 by 4 meter dimension. So now the first method is, what is the first step? I need to calculate the center to center line distance. For this 5 by 4 meter room, what will this long wall center to center distance? Center to center distance will be there if the width of the wall is 300 mm. So 5.3 will be the length, 4.3 will be the width. Means what I did, room dimension plus half of the width from one side, half of the width from another side. So I'm getting 5.3 and 4.3. Now let's see the calculation part. Similarly, I'm going to do the excavation. So center to center distance is 5.3, right? So when I'm calculating the long wall, means outer to outer, so I need to add the both the half of the width and half of the width. So I'm getting 5.3 is the center to center distance. Half of the width means I need to calculate half of the width of the, not of the wall, but this part of the section. Now you're able to understand what I'm going to talk about. For example, you're able to see the red part. So 5.3 is the center to center distance. Now this half part I need to calculate. That is, if I'm calculating for excavation, so it is 0.45 from one side, 0.45 from another side. So it becomes 6.2 meter length. So once I'm getting the outer to outer or the long wall length is 6.2. So it will become very easy. So breadth will be for excavation 0.9 meter and depth will be 0.9 meter. Now see the short wall. Again for a short wall, the center to center distance is 4.3. Now you need to deduct half part the similar way I done for a long wall and half part from another wall. So we are able to deduct 0.9. So I am getting 3.4. So 3.4 become a length. Now breadth 0.9. Similarly depth is 0.9. So I am getting 5.51 cubic meter. If you are having any of the doubt, just repeat some of the seconds before and you can repeat and listen to it. You are going to understand that. So if you still not understand, let me know into the comments. Similarly, we are able to do the concrete in foundation. Now similar way, center to center distance we have already calculated, that is 5.3. So half of the concrete you are going to add. So concrete I am going to, that is 0.9 meter width is, so half is 0.45. Again from another side 0.45. So it becomes 5.3 plus 0.9. So I'm getting 6.2 meters. Similarly 6.2 multiplied by the width, that is 0.9, depth 0.3. So I'm getting 3.35. And similarly I'm going to do the short wall calculation. Okay. Fine. So thank you all. Your likes will definitely motivate us to make much more interesting video. Kindly like our Facebook page also, Skill Rashtra Institute of Technology, for unlimited technical knowledge and advanced technology in the field of construction industry. Thank you all.